Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today we are going to continue our little exploration of the greatest dangers that now exist in the new world to the reign of Ainz Ooal Gown. And you will find the first part of this mini-series that my patrons had voted on linked down in the description. And before we dive into the final part, let's also take a look at my patrons and thank them for supporting this channel and voting on this topic. Furthermore, I say thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function who made one-time donations. Also, please check out my fantasy channel, it's linked down in the description. And with that said, let's continue with the third greatest danger to Ainz Ooal Gown's reign, the remaining Dragon Lords. While Ainz Ooal Gown is a great strategist and tactician, thanks to his experience in Yggdrasil and the vast amount of knowledge he has amassed there, covering an extreme amount of power mechanics and item effects, as well as how peer foes, aka guilds and players, would fight another, Ainz Ooal Gown still has a huge blind spot that will severely limit his planning and strategizing when it comes to the Dragon Lords, namely his lack of knowledge about wild magic, the former dominant form of magic in the new world, and while it became corrupted, twisted, and harder to use for the Dragon Lords, it is still very potent and something that at this point isn't understood by Ainz Ooal Gown or his floor guardians. And those who knew about wild magic are related to dragons, who are very hostile to players, considering it had been players of the past who broke their dominance over the new world and drove them to near extinction. But still, Platinum and the other Dragon Lords still remember the danger of the player, and a united front of Dragon Lords that could catch Ainz Ooal Gown off guard would be a devastating force, because now they have over 600 years of experience with players. And the Deep Darkness Dragon Lord alone is said to have actually killed a player and taken his world-class item, so when it comes to 1 vs 1 battles, they still remain a potent peer foe to Ainz Ooal Gown. And speaking of players, the second greatest danger to Ainz Ooal Gown's reign would be the arrival of another guild with an intact guild base in the new world, which is something that almost guaranteed has happened in the past, because otherwise the 8 Great Kings wouldn't have been able to destroy hundreds, if not thousands of old, ancient Dragon Lords, as well as then conquer the entire continent at a moment's notice. And while Ainz Ooal Gown, that is the guild, was feared as a potent player-killer guild, and while it has managed to stop even an alliance of players, albeit only on the 8th floor, this doesn't mean that there are no guilds stronger than Ainz Ooal Gown out there. For while Ainz Ooal Gown's guild was in the top 100, it didn't stood at the top of the list, so there are dozens of guilds stronger than the Great Tomb of Nezarec, and hundreds that are peer or near peer strength. For while Ainz Ooal Gown's guild was in the top 100, it didn't stood at the very top of the list, so there are dozens of guilds stronger than the Great Tomb of Nezarec, and hundreds that would be peer or near peer foes, meaning that any conflict with another guild would be nothing short of a life and death battle for the very existence of Nezarec, especially if the Dragon Lords would ally with these hostile players in order to get rid of Ainz Ooal Gown. Which wouldn't be, by the way, the first time that players and Dragon Lords have teamed up in order to take on powerful invaders from Yggdrasil that destroyed entire nations. For it has happened just 200 years ago, where Platinum fought alongside with players and powerful New Worlders against the evil deities. But even this threat is nothing compared to the much more intimate, much more direct and much more immediate threat to the Great Tomb of Nezarec and Ainz Ooal Gown's reign that has already been set in motion: betrayal by the NPCs. While Ainz Ooal Gown is fairly powerful and can count on the loyalty of the children, of his very friends, there were still instances in the past where Sebas, Bastonia and Nigredo went against the order of the Supreme Beings in order to act like their own creators would have surely wanted them to do. But all of this is nothing compared to Albedo, the extremely smart floor guardian overseer and therefore second in command, who just wants one thing: Momonga, all for herself, and who hates the Great Tomb of Nezarec with which she occupies himself. Her strength aside though, as the floor guardian overseer, She also is in command of everyone, and since Ainz trusts the children of his friends, he did not realize that the search unit, meant to find other guild members, is in truth nothing but a kill squad meant to dispose of any other supreme being before they could reach or contact Ainz Ooal Gown, or Momonga, as Albedo would call him. And Albedo herself knows how dangerous this plan is, for she fears that even her own sister, Nigredo, would become an enemy if the Scryer would figure out what Albedo is truly up to. And to make matters worse, there is a single point of failure, one thing that could possibly undo the entire Great Tomb of Nezarec, the guild weapon, the Staff of Ainz Ooal Gown. If this insignia of the guild would be destroyed, it would signal the end of Ainz Ooal Gown's guild, and therefore the end of all of Ainz Ooal Gown's allies. He would be truly alone, with his friends' children truly dead and gone forever. And if the Dragon Lords don't take advantage of this great moment of weakness, maybe Ainz will end himself in order to escape his failures. And with that said, these are the greatest dangers to Ainz Ooal Gown's reign, as I see them. And now it's your turn. What are your opinions? Do you have other ideas that could potentially end Ainz Ooal Gown's reign? Then please let me know down in the comment section. Also, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Bad Guy Yee, Bad Burrito 316, B Zer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowdy 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Duckwagon, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feralshivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kylar, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantum, Personage, Primus 11, Q&A Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rocket Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, and Zonegon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.